Guide me with your great kindness, and grant me the realizations of your holy body, speech, and mind. So then we do the four mandala to Chittamani Tara. So during the four mandalas, at the end of each mandala, after we offer the short mandala, then there's a place where we can cling to Tara's toes. We imagine we're clinging to Tara's toes and we're pleading with her. And so Venerable Joan put together these four extracted verses from the four quick return prayers. So as we go through, after each mandala, as we cling to Tara's toes, then we plead with Tara by reciting one of these very special blessed verses for Rinpoche to quickly return. So you should have this separate sheet. Make sure you have this separate sheet. Okay? And we begin on page 5. I and all sentient beings as vast as space, from now until we reach the essence of supreme enlightenment, go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas, go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones, go for refuge to the pure Dharma, go for refuge to superior Sangha. I and all sentient beings as vast as space, from now until we reach the essence of supreme enlightenment, go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas, go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones, go for refuge to the pure Dharma, go for refuge to superior Sangha. I and all sentient beings as vast as space, from now until we reach the essence of supreme enlightenment, go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas, go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones, go for refuge to the pure Dharma, go for refuge to superior Sangha. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. The next prayer is 3 times. In particular, in order to benefit all my mother sentient beings, quickly and more quickly, I must achieve the precious state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. Therefore, I am going to undertake the yoga of Venerable Arya Tara. In particular, in order to benefit all my mother sentient beings, quickly and more quickly, I must achieve the precious state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. Therefore, I am going to undertake the yoga of Venerable Arya Tara. In particular, in order to benefit all my mother sentient beings, quickly and more quickly, I must achieve the precious state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. Therefore, I am going to undertake the yoga of Venerable Arya Tara. May all sentient beings have happiness, and the cause is of happiness. So this happiness, don't just think ordinary happiness, but think all the different levels of happiness up to enlightenment. May all sentient beings have all of this. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from desire for friends and hatred for enemies. In one instant, I arise as Venerable Arya Tara. Om Vajra Amrita Gunari Hana Hana Om Me Om Sambhava Shado Sarvanama Sambhava Shado Om. Everything is emptiness only. While it is empty, from Yam appears wind, from Ram fire, from R a transcendental wisdom skull cup vast and big. In it, from the melting of the 5 meats and 5 nectars, comes a huge ocean of transcendental wisdom nectar. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Amida Gunale Hana Hana Home Om Sambhava Shuddho Sarvadhamma Sambhava Shuddho Om. Everything is emptiness only. While it is empty, from calm skull-cup vessels appear. Inside these, from whom appear the offering substances, whose nature is emptiness and who appear in their individual aspects. As the objects of enjoyment of six senses, they give rise to special uncontaminated bliss. Om Agama, Om Vaidhyama, Om Vajramimaya, Om Vajranimaya, Om Vajra Alogaya, Om Vajra Gendeya, Om Vajra Nudeya, Om Vajra. In the space before me, on a lion throne, lotus and moon disk, sits Arya Tara, who is inseparable from my root Lama. Above her are Venerable Atisha and the other lineage Lamas, and she is surrounded by the 21 Taras and so forth. The Yidams, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, hearers, self-realizers, and oath-bound protectors. Your exalted body is the embodiment of all Buddhas. You are in the nature of Buddha. The very root of the three rounds of blind ones. I prostrate to all Gurus. Your exalted body is the embodiment of all Buddhas. You are in the nature of Buddha. The very root of the three rounds of blind ones. I prostrate to all Gurus. Your exalted body is the embodiment of all Buddhas. The very root of the three rounds of blind ones. I prostrate to all Gurus. The Saviour, having great compassion, field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The Saviour, having great compassion, field of merit with oceans like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The Saviour, having great compassion, field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the one path of sublime pure reality. To the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Purity that frees one from attachment, virtue that frees one from the one path of sublime pure reality. To the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. The purity that frees from attachment, the virtue one path of sublime pure reality. To the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path of liberation. Who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path of liberation. Who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path of liberation. Who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. A host of oceans of drinking water from an ocean of realms, composed of an ocean of offering substances that conquer. I offer with an ocean of faith the conquerors and their retinues. Of oceans of qualities, please accept it. Om Savananda Gada Samari Vare Argam Radizam Soha. A host of oceans of bathing water from an ocean of realms, composed of an ocean of offering substances, the conquerors. I offer with an ocean of faith the conquerors and their retinues. Of oceans of qualities, please accept it. Om Savananda Gada Samari Vare Madhyam Radizam Soha. A host of oceans of flowers from an ocean composed of an ocean of offering substances, the conquerors. I offer with an ocean of faith the conquerors and their retinues. Of oceans of qualities, please accept it. Om Savananda Gada Samari Vare Pumem Radizam Soha. A host of oceans of incense from an ocean of realms, composed of an ocean of offering substances, the conquerors. I offer with an ocean of faith the conquerors and their retinues. Of oceans of qualities, please accept it. Om Savananda Gada Samari Vare Dumem Radizam Soha. A host of oceans of light from an ocean of realms, composed of an ocean of offering substances, the conquerors. I offer with an ocean of faith the conquerors and their retinues. Of oceans of qualities, please accept it. Om Savananda Samari Ware Alongam Radisam Soha. A host of oceans of perfume from an ocean of realms, composed of an ocean of offering substances, the conquerors. I offer the ocean of faith, the conquerors and their retinues, of oceans of qualities, please accept it. Om Savananda Ganda Samari Ware Gandam Radisam Soha. A host of oceans of food from an ocean of realms, composed of an ocean of offering substances, the conquerors. I offer the ocean of faith, the conquerors and their retinues, of oceans of qualities, please accept it. Om Savananda Ganda Samari Varenyudam Radisam Soha. A host of oceans of music from an ocean of realms, composed of an ocean of offering substances, the conquerors. I offer the ocean of faith, the conquerors and their retinues, of oceans of qualities, please accept it. Om Savananda Ganda Samari Om Savananda Ganda Samari Vare Om Om. So when we do the remaining, the 7 limbs, then when we come to the offerings, when we ring the bell, then think and play the music, then think of all the different offerings we mentioned this morning, all the different centers. So all the offerings here, all the offerings in all the different centers, all the offerings in Rinpoche's houses and the students' houses, and imagine offering all of those to Guru Tara in the merit field. And then when we come to rejoicing, we pause and do the meditation on in rejoicing. I prostrate to all victorious ones and their children. I present clouds I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginning this time, and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. So here we rejoice in our own virtues, so thinking that every single happiness, or all the good things, all the success, worldly happiness, and also spiritual happiness up to enlightenment, it all depends on the cause, and the cause is virtue. Therefore, every single virtue that we have accumulated in the past is so precious. Every single virtue we are accumulating now is so precious, and every single virtue we will accumulate in the future is so precious. So rejoicing in all these numberless virtues, how wonderful, how precious. So by rejoicing in our own virtues, it doubles, and then doubles, and doubles. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. Let us offer a Buddha field. Om Vajra ground Ahom, mighty golden ground. Om Vajra fence Ahom. Outside is encircled by a wall of iron mountains. At the center is Meru, king of mountains. The eastern continent is Videha. The western is Sandvipa. The western is Godanya. The northern is Kuru. Deya and Videha, Chamara and Apara Chamara, Saturn, Uttar, Mantrim, Kuru and Karaba. In the east, the precious elephant. In the south, the precious housekeeper. In the west, the precious horse. In the north, the precious queen. In the southeast, the precious general. In the southwest, the precious wheel. In the northwest, the precious jewel. In the northeast, the great treasure vase. In the east, the sun. In the west, the moon. My own and others' bodies, speech, mind, wealth, and virtues are 3 times. This pure, precious mandala and a massive Svantavajra offerings I mentally take and offer to my Guru Yidam and the 3 precious ones. Please accept them through compassion and bestow your inspiration. This ground, anointed with perfume strewn with flowers, and all with Mount Meru for continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. Through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean and the 3 jewels, and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. Yedam Guru Ranam Mandalangam Niryandayomi. Page 14. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Page 15. Please bless me to devote myself in thought and action to the virtuous teacher, the very source of all goodness. By training in the path that pleases all the conquerors, may I reach unsurpassed enlightenment. Please bless me to devote myself in thought and action to the virtuous teacher, the very source of all goodness. By training in the path that pleases all the conquerors, may I reach unsurpassed enlightenment. Please bless me to devote myself in thought and action to the virtuous teacher, the very source of all goodness. By training in the path that pleases all the conquerors, may I reach unsurpassed enlightenment. And then the first round. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns to your lotus feet. I prostrate to liberate you, Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns to your lotus feet. I prostrate to liberate you, Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns to your lotus feet. I prostrate to liberate you, Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns to your lotus feet. I prostrate to liberate you, Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down. I prostrate to liberate you, Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate to liberate you, Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate to liberate you, Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Arising from the power of unfathomable merit, oceans of drinking water which have unfathomable qualities, I offer to the unfathomable multitude of victorious Mother Liberators. Please grant the attainment of unfathomable life and transcendental wisdom. Om Arya Tara Samari Vare Argam Radisam Soha. Arising from the power of unfathomable merit, oceans of bathing water which have unfathomable qualities, I offer to the unfathomable multitude of victorious Mother Liberators. Please grant the attainment of unfathomable life and transcendental wisdom. Om Arya Tara Samari Vare Maryam Radisam Soha. Arising from the power of unfathomable merit, oceans of flowers which have unfathomable qualities, I offer to the unfathomable multitude of victorious Mother Liberators. Please grant the attainment of unfathomable life and transcendental wisdom. Om Arya Tara Samari Vare Pumam Radisam Soha. Arising from the power of unfathomable merit, oceans of incense which has unfathomable qualities, I offer to the unfathomable multitude of victorious Mother Liberators. Please grant the attainment of unfathomable life and transcendental wisdom. Om Arya Tara Samari Vare Pumam Radisam Soha. Oceans of light which has unfathomable qualities, I offer to the unfathomable multitude of victorious Mother Liberators. Please grant the attainment of unfathomable life and transcendental wisdom. Om Arya Tara Samari Vare Alongyam Radisam Soha. Arising from the power of unfathomable merit, oceans of perfume which has unfathomable qualities, I offer the unfathomable multitude of victorious Mother Liberators. Please grant the attainment of unfathomable life and transcendental wisdom. Om Arya Tara Samari Vare Gendam Radisam Soha. Arising from the power of unfathomable merit, oceans of food which has unfathomable qualities, I offer to the unfathomable multitude of victorious Mother Liberators. Please grant the attainment of unfathomable life and transcendental wisdom. Om Arya Tara Samari Vare Nudam Radisam Soha. Arising from the power of unfathomable merit, oceans of music which has unfathomable qualities, I offer to the unfathomable multitude of victorious Mother Liberators. Please grant the attainment of unfathomable life and transcendental wisdom. Om Arya Tara Samari Vare Shanam Om Arya Tara Samari Vare Om Ahum. To Arya Tara's holy feet I prostrate. I present clouds of every kind of I I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginning this time, and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. So this second round, we rejoice in the virtues of numberless sentient beings. So what sentient beings wish for, what they long for, what they're always seeking is happiness. They don't want even the slightest suffering. And the happiness that they're seeking, from moment to moment worldly happiness, up to all the levels of happiness to enlightenment, depends on the cause virtue. Therefore, every single virtue that sentient beings accumulate is so precious. This is what brings all the success. This is what frees them from the problems. This is what makes their lives easier. So as numberless sentient beings have created so much virtue in the past, they are creating so much virtue now, and they will create so much virtue in the future. So how wonderful, how precious, all this virtue. How wonderful, how precious. So by rejoicing the virtues of the numberless sentient beings, and we share in that accumulation. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to great enlightenment. Let us offer a Buddha field. Om Vajra ground, Ahom, mighty golden ground. Om Vajra fence, Ahom. Outside is encircled by a wall of iron mountains. At the center is Meru, king of mountains. The eastern continent's Videha, the southern is Jambudvipa, the western is Gadanya, the northern is Kuru. Deya and Videha, Chamara and Apara Chamara, Satra and Uttara Mantrin, Kuru and Karava. In the east the precious elephant, in the south the precious housekeeper, in the west the precious horse, in the north the precious queen, in the southeast the precious general, in the southwest the precious wheel, the northwest the precious jewel, in the northeast the great treasure vase. In the east the sun, in the west the moon. My own and others' bodies, speech, mind, wealth, virtues are 3 times. This pure precious mandala and a massive Samantabhadra offerings I mentally take and offer to my Guru Yidam and the 3 precious ones. Please accept them through compassion and bestow your inspiration. This ground anointed with perfume strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. I invoke you, I call upon you, I implore you on behalf of all beings. Arise, arise, arise from Dhammakaya. Do not rest in Kachara or other pure celestial realms. Rather, to benefit the Buddha's teachings and all living beings, swiftly return to this southern continent to spread the Buddha Dharma of study and realization. Quickly return to guide us poor wretched beings. Such is the desperate cry of us, your disciples. Return so we actually behold your presence and receive the blessings of your enlightened body, speech, and mind. Yedam Guru Rana Mandalangam Niryandayomi. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. That me and all those who need protection come under the supreme giving gesture of your right hand, as well as the refuge-granting gesture that liberates from all fears. And then two praises. Om I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage, Taras in the rowing, enlightening in the denias, from opening statements of the lotus, 3 was stillborn lotus. Homage, she whose face combines 100 ornaments of fullest, blazing with light rays resplendent as a 1,000-star collection. Homage, golden blue one lotus, water-born in and adorning, giving effort, calm austerities, patient meditation, husky. Homage, crown of the goddess, ashen triumph without limit. Relied on my congress children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with nudity, whom desire, direction, and space. Trembling with her feet the 7 worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage worshipped by the all Lord, Sharani Brahma Madhu. Honored by the host of spirits, corpse races, Gandharvas, Yashas. Homage with an ray and bass sound, destroying foes' magic diagram. Her feet pressing left and right, and blazing in a raging fire blaze. Homage to her very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion. She with frowning lotus visage, who is stayer of all enemies. Homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her with 3 jewel mudra. Lyric masses all excited, all directions wills adorn her. Homage, she's so joyous, radiant, crown amid in garlands of light. Muffle loving with nudity, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage, she able to summon all of guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crown adorned with crescent, moon all ornaments were shining. Amitabha in her hand, not sending out much light eternal. Homage, she made wreaths ablaze like aeon ending fire abide. Russian and joy surrounds you, trips of enemies destroy. Homage, she strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats, and scouting with the letter home, the 7 levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she who's filled is peace nirvana. She endowed with Om Soha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she with joy surrounded, daring foes but is asunder, frees with Om and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to her with seed letter, of the shape of syllable home, by first time in shakes the 3 worlds, Meru, Mandara and Vindhya. Homage holding in her hand the hammer moon of Deva lake form, with twice spoken Dare and Pe, to the leader spelling voice. Homage, she and gods and their kings, and the kinnaras to honor. Armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage, she is to eyes bright with radiance of sun and form. With Taisari and Tutare, she dispels civic contagion. Homage full of liberating power, the set of 3 natures. Destroys us as spirits, yakshas, and raise corpses supreme Ture. These races with the root mantras and prostrations are Psalm 21. Page 21. Om I prostrate to the noble Randa, the liberator. Homage, Taras of Narrowing, enlightening in the denias, from omniscience of the Lord of 3 wonderful Lord. Homage, she his face combines 100 ornaments of forest, blazing with light rays resplendent as 1,000 collection. Homage, golden blue one lotus, water-born in and adorning, giving effort, calm austerities, patient meditation, homage, crown and goddess, ashen triumph without limit, relied on my congress children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with the nudity, whom desire, direction, and space, trembling with the feet the 7 worlds, able to draw forth all being. Homage worshipped by the all Lord, Sharani Brahma Madhu, honored by the host of spirits, corpse races, Gandharvas, Yash. Homage with a ray and bass sound, destroying foes' magic diagrams, the feet pressing them to right and blazing in a raging fire. Homage to her very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion. She with frowning lotus visage, who is stayer of all enemies. Homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her with spiritual mudra. Like red masses all excited, all directions will adorn. Homage, she of joyous radiant, crown emitting islands of light, muffle laughing with Tatare, subjugating Maradev. Homage, she able to summon all of guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage crowned dome with crescent, moon all ornaments were shining. Amendaber in a hand, or sending out my shine to turn. Homage she made wreath ablazing, gay unending fire abiding. Russian demon dress surrounds you, troops of enemies destroy. Homage she is dressed the ground with her man with her beasts, scouting with a letter home. The seven never she does come. Homage shall be virtuous peaceful, she is filled with peace never. She endowed with Oman Soha, destroyer of the great deep. Homage she with just around it, daring boast what is asunder. Freeze with Oman knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 lead. Homage to every seed ladder of the shape of Salambo home. By first time it shakes the 3 walls, Meru Mandara and Vid. Homage holding in a hand the head. Widow Sogandari and Bay, do the latest spelling boys, and homage she and gods and the kings, and the kinnaris to honor. Ahmed in no dreadful splendor, she dispels when dreams and come. Homage she used to hide bright with radiance the sun and full moon. Widow Sari and the daughter, she dispels the vacant age. Homage full of liberating, Baba the set of 3 natures, destroys us as fair as Yash, and raise close to supreme Ture. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations Asa 21. Venerable Arya, great treasure, compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Arya, great treasure, compassion, grant your blessing to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Arya, great treasure, compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Second round. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns to your lotus feet. I prostrate, liberating Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns to your lotus feet. I prostrate, liberating Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns to your lotus feet. I prostrate, liberating Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns to your lotus feet. I prostrate, liberating Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, liberating Mother, liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, liberating Mother, liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, liberating Mother, who liberates from all misfortunes. To the Buddhas abiding in the field of merit, this offering of drinking water, which appears but doesn't have nature, is offered with a mind understanding the offerings of inseparability, appearance, and emptiness. Please accept it with the holy mind that experiences the offering as appearance and emptiness and nature of great bliss. Om Arya Tara Samare Vare Argam Branitam Soha. To the Buddhas abiding in the field of merit, this offering of bathing water, which appears but doesn't have nature, is offered with the mind understanding the offerings of inseparability, appearance, and emptiness. Please accept it with the holy mind that experiences the offering as appearance and emptiness and nature of great bliss. Om Arya Tara Samare Vare Madhyam Braditam Soha. To the Buddhas abiding in the field of merit, this offering of flowers, which appears but doesn't have nature, is offered with the mind understanding the offerings of inseparability, appearance, and emptiness. Please accept it with the holy mind that experiences the offering as appearance and emptiness and nature of great bliss. Om Arya Tara Samare Vare Pume Braditam Soha. To the Buddhas abiding in the field of merit, this offering of incense, which appears but doesn't have nature, is offered with the mind understanding the offerings of inseparability, appearance, and emptiness. Please accept it with the holy mind that experiences the offering as appearance and emptiness and nature of great bliss. Om Arya Tara Samare Vare Duame Branitam Soha. To the Buddhas abiding in the field of merit, this offering of light, which appears but doesn't have nature, is offered with the mind understanding the offerings of inseparability, appearance, and emptiness. Please accept it with the holy mind that experiences the offering as appearance and emptiness and nature of great bliss. Om Arya Tara Samare Vare Alongem Branitam Soha. The Buddhas abiding in the field of merit, this offering of perfume which appears but doesn't have nature, is offered with the mind understanding the offering to be inseparability of appearance and emptiness. Please accept it with the holy mind that experiences the offering as appearance and emptiness and nature of great bliss. Om Ariandare Samari Varegende Braditam Soha. The Buddhas abide in the field of mat. This offering of food, which appears but doesn't have nature, is offered with the mind understanding the offerings of inseparability, appearance, and emptiness. Please accept it with the holy mind that experiences the offerings, appearance, and emptiness, and nature of great bliss. Om Ariandare Samari Vare Nyudem Branitam Soha. To the Buddhas abiding in the field of mat, this offering of music which appears but doesn't have nature is offered with the mind understanding the offerings of inseparability, appearance, and emptiness. Please accept it with the holy mind that experiences the offerings, appearance, and emptiness, the nature of great bliss. Om Ariandare Samari Vare Om Ariandare Samare Vare Om Ahum. To Arya Tara's holy feet I prostrate. I present clouds every type of I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginning of this time, and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. So this third round we rejoice in the virtues of the bodhisattvas, the ordinary bodhisattvas, and also the Arya bodhisattvas. So there are numberless bodhisattvas. Even just breathing in and out, every single action that they do, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, going to work, cooking, every single thing they do is done for numberless sentient beings. So not the slightest stain of self-cherishing thought, but everything is done for others. Everything that they do, all the actions are done for the numberless sentient beings, and so with every action they do, they accumulate inconceivable virtue, and all of this virtue they dedicate for us. So rejoicing in all the numberless virtues accumulated in the past by all these bodhisattvas. Rejoicing in all the virtues they accumulate right now, in every moment. Rejoicing in all the virtue they will accumulate in the future, up to enlightenment. Rejoicing in all their qualities, and rejoicing in all their activities for sentient beings. How wonderful, how precious. How wonderful, how precious. So these bodhisattvas, the minds enriched with bodhicitta, even when they're sleeping, they're accumulating so much virtue. So when we rejoice in just one day's virtue accumulated by just one bodhisattva, then that's the equivalent for us of 13,000 years accumulating virtue. And here we rejoiced in the numberless bodhisattvas, past, present, and future accumulation of virtue, qualities, and enlightened activities. So this is incredibly powerful. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those or others to the great enlightenment. Let us offer a Buddha field. Om Vajra ground, Ahom, mighty golden ground. Om Vajra fence, Ahom. Outside is encircled by a wall of iron mountains. At the center is Meru, the king of mountains. The eastern continent is Vidya. The southern is Jambudvipa. The western is Godanya. The northern is Kuru. Deya and Vidya, Chamara and Aparachamara, Satra and Ultramanchin, Kuru and Karava. In the east, the precious elephant. The south, the precious housekeeper. In the west, the precious horse. In the north, the precious queen. In the southeast, the precious general. The southwest, the precious wheel. The northwest, the precious jewel. The northeast, the great treasure vase. In the east, the sun. In the west, the moon. My own and others' bodies, speech, mind, wealth, and virtues is 3 times. This pure, precious mandala and a mass of Samantabhadra offerings, I mentally take and offer to my Guru Yidam and the 3 precious ones. Please accept them through compassion and bestow your inspiration. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru for continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. Patient in bearing the hardships of spreading the teachings of Muni in general, and the teachings of victorious Jamgon Tsongkhapa in hundreds of directions, Lord of Dharma holding the 3 vows and wearing saffron robes, please quickly return as the glory of the peerless teachings. Yedam Gururannam Mandalangam Niryandayami. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Let me and all those who need protection come under the supreme giving gesture of your right hand, as well as the refuge granting gesture that liberates from all fears. Om I'm rosary to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage, Taras in the rowing, Nanding and Nandanias, from omniscience of the Lord of 3 was one Lord. Homage, she is face combined, 100 ornaments of fullness, blazing with light rays resplendent, as 1,000 Nakalesh. Homage, golden blue one lotus, water born in an adorning, given up and come on their days, vision, meditation, earth. Homage, Kananda the goddess, Ashen Ryan without limit, light among the children, having reached every mafesh. Homage filling with the data, Honda's adoration and faith, trembling with the feet the 7 worlds, able to draw forth for me. Homage worship by the O Lord, Sharahani Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, close races Gandhavadyash. Homage with the ray and bass sound, destroying multitude diagrams, the beam blessing them the right, blazing in a raging fire blaze. Homage to very dreadful, destroyer of Maria's champ. She with founding lotus visage, who is there of all enemies. Homage at her heart of fingers, adorned with 3 jewel mood. Lyric masses all excited, all direction was adorned. Homage, she's so joyous, radiant, ground emitting garlands of light, muffled loving wind and daughter, subjugating Mara's depth. Homage, she able to summon all of guardians assembly, shaking browning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage, Canada, crescent, moon all ornaments for shining, Amitabha in her hand, no, sending out much light and dawn. Homage, she made wreath of blaze, I gay unending bar abiding, Russian defenders surround you, troops of enemies destroyed. Homage, she is trusted ground with her palm with the beasts, counting with a letter home, the 7 devils she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she is filled with peace nirvana. She endowed with Om and Soha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she was just surrounded, daring boast what is the sun. Freeze with Om and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to her with seedlet, of the shape of syllable home. By first stamming shakes the 3 worlds, Meru, Mandara and Vind. Homage holding in her hand the hammer Murda Deva Lakeful, with twice Sugandari and Pei, to the latest spelling boys. Homage, she and gods and their kings, and the kinnaras to honor, armored in no joyful splendor. She dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage, she is 2 eyes bright, radiance of sun and full moon, with twice Ari and Dudara. She dispels the vacant age. Homage full of liberating, Baba the set of 3 natures, destroys us the spirit Yash, and raise causes to bring Ture. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations are Psalm 21. Om I'm prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage, Taras in the rowing, and then landing in the Nanya, run from omniscience of the Lord of 3 one and one lotus. Homage, she is been combined, 100 ornaments of fullness, facing with light rays resplendent, as 1,000 circulash. Homage, golden blue one lotus, for the born and the giving and for common starters, passion meditation, homage crown the goddess, action dry and without limit, relied on women with children, having reached and remote flesh, homage filling with the daughter, home desire the rich and base, traveling with the Venus and was able to draw forth the bee, homage worship by the order, Shara and the Brahma Maru, honored by those of spirits, cause races can love the ash, homage with the ray and bass sound, destroying with magic diagrams, heavy messing them the riding, mixing in a raging fire, homage to river and dreadful, destroyer of Mari's champion, she was founding notices it, she was there of all enemies, homage had a heart of fingers, Adona with ritual mudra, Lyra is all excited, all the Russian will the dawn, homage is a joyous radiant, ground of meeting and love, thy muffle laughing with the daughter, subjugating Maradev, homage she able to summon, all the guardians assembly, shaking browning with a home sign, saving from every misfortune, homage Canada doing crescent, moon all ornaments were shining, I'm in lover in a head, no, sending how much I done done, homage she may breathe the blaze, I gay on ending for abiding, Russian the vengeance surrounds you, troops of enemies destroy, homage she is stressed ground with a bomb with open pieces, scouting with a letter home, the seven never she does come, homage happy virtuous peaceful, she is filled with this nirvana, she endowed with Loha, destroyer of the great evil, homage she was just around it, daring first but is asunder, freeze with my knowledge mantra, arrangement of the tender, homage to Ray we see letter of the shape of Salabo home, by first damage the three worlds, Mera Mandara and Bin, homage holding in her hand the hammer moon and Deva Lake for with Wazukandari and Bay, do the leader sparring boys, homage she and gods and their kings and the kinnaras to honor, homage in all dreadful splendor, she disposed by dreams and calm, homage she used to white bright with radiance the sun and full moon, with twice a day and a night, she disposed the vacant age and homage for liberating, Baba the set of three natures, destroys us the spirit yash, and raise causes to bring to raid, these phrases with the root mantras and prostrations are Sa 21. Om I'm prostrate to the noble and the liberator. Homage, Tara the rowing, I landing in the dangers from the nations of the Lord of three wonderful Lord. Homage, she is with commands, 100 ornaments are folded, blazing with light rich splendor, another dozen Nagalet. Homage, go to blue unloaded, for the born in adorning, giving heaven come on their death, vision meditation as well. Homage, come under the goddess, session Ryan without limb, relied on my great children, having been every profession, homage filling with the daughter, whom this adoration and trembling with the Venus and was able to draw for the beings, homage worship by the old Lord, Shara and Brahma Maru, honored by those of spirit, cause races can never the ashes, homage with the ray and bass sound, destroying both magic diagrams, every blessing them the right, blazing in a raging fireplace, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mari's champ, she was founding lotus visage, who is there of all enemies, homage at a heart of fingers, Adona with three jewel mood, like masses all excited, all the Russians wills adorn, homage she's a joyous radiant, ground of meeting gardens of life, muffled loving with the daughter, subjugating Mara's dev, homage she able to summon, all the guardians assembly, shaking frowning with a home sign, saving from every misfortune, homage crowned on with crescent, moon all ornaments were shining, amid lover in a hand, sending out much light eternal, homage she may breathe the blaze, I gay on ending far abide, Russian avenger surrounds you, troops of enemies destroy, homage she is stressed the ground with her palm and with open pieces, scouting with a letter home, the seven devils she does come, homage happy virtuous peaceful, she is filled with peace nirvana, she endowed with woman's soul, destroyer of the great evil, homage she was just around it, tearing first bodies asunder, three ways of my knowledge mantra, arrangement of the tenet, homage to her with seed ladder, of the shape of Sarabo home, by first time in shakes the three worlds, Meramandara and Vin, homage holding in a hand the hammer moon and Deva Lake, with thy Sukandari and Bay, the leader spelling boys, homage she and gods and their kings, and their killers to one. Amadino joyful splendor, she dispels by dreams and comfort. Homage she was to wise bright rays, radiance the sun and full moon, with thy Sari and daughter, she dispels civic contagion. Homage full of liberating, Baba the set of three natures. This rise of the spirits yashas, and raise causes to these praises with the root mantras, and prostrations asa 21. Venerable Arya, great treasure, compassion, grant your blessings, increase all favorable conditions, and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Arya, great treasure, compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions, and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Arya, great treasure, compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions, and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Last round. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, liberating Mother, liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, liberating Mother, liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, liberating Mother, liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, liberating Mother, liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. Prostrate, the liberating Mother liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, the liberating Mother liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, the liberating Mother liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns. I prostrate, the liberating Mother who liberates from all misfortunes. From the nature, the existence sphere, pure transcendental wisdom, Dhammakaya, the illusory transformed goddess, the female offering drinking water, I offer in order to please, to destroy, qualified Tara's multitude of deities. Please accept this and bestow upon me the common and uncommon attainments. Om Aryandare Sambhare Vare Argam Raditam Soha. From the nature, the existence sphere, pure transcendental wisdom, Dhammakaya, the illusory transformed goddess, the female offering bathing water, I offer in order to please, to destroy, qualified Tara's multitude of deities. Please accept this and bestow upon me the common and uncommon attainments. Om Aryandare Sambhare Vare Madhyam Raditam Soha. For the nature, the existence sphere, pure transcendental wisdom, Dhammakaya, the illusory transformed goddess, the female offering flowers, I offer in order to please and destroy qualified Tara's multitude of deities. Please accept this and bestow upon me the common and uncommon attainments. Om Aryandare Sambhare Vare Bhuame Raditam Soha. For the nature, the existence, the pure transcendental wisdom, Dhammakaya, the illusory transformed goddess, the female offering incense, I offer in order to please and destroy qualified Tara's multitude of deities. Please accept this and bestow upon me the common and uncommon attainments. Om Aryandare Sambhare Vare Dume Raditam Soha. The nature, the pure transcendental wisdom, Dhammakaya, the illusory transformed goddess, the female offering night, I offer in order to please to destroy qualified Tara's multitude of deities. Please accept this and bestow upon me the common and uncommon attainments. Om Aryandare Sambhare Vare Alongam Raditam Soha. For the nature, the existence, the pure transcendental wisdom, Dhammakaya, the illusory transformed goddess, the female offering perfume, I offer in order to please, destroy, qualified Tara's multitude of deities. Please accept this and bestow upon me the common and uncommon attainments. Om Aryandare Sambhare Vare Gendam Raditam Soha. For the nature, the existence, the pure transcendental wisdom, Dhammakaya, the illusory transformed goddess, the female offering food, I offer in order to please, to destroy qualified Tara's multitude of deities. Please accept this and bestow upon me the common and uncommon attainments. Om Aryandare Sambhare Vare Nudam Raditam Soha. in the nature, existence, sphere, pure, transcendental wisdom, Dhammakaya, the illusory transformed goddess of female offering music, I offer in order to please and destroy qualified Taras, multitude of deities. Please accept this and bestow upon me the common and uncommon attainments. Om Arya Tara Sambhare Vare Om Arya Tara Sambhare Vare Om. To Arya Tara's holy feet I prostrate. I present clouds every I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. So this final round, we rejoice in the virtues of all the fully enlightened beings. So numberless beings who were once just like us, being full of delusions, having constant suffering, so continually creating negative karmas, the mind's completely hallucinated. But then by meeting with perfect teachers and by applying themselves, practicing the path of great hardship, they were able to fully awaken. So rejoicing in all the limitless skies of qualities of all the enlightened beings, the omniscient holy mind, knowing all past, present, future without the slightest obstacle, all ultimate and relative phenomena simultaneously. Rejoicing in their great compassion, holy minds bound to each and every single sentient being, without slightest discriminating thought or judgment. And rejoicing in all their enlightened qualities, effortless, spontaneous, continual. And then bringing to mind that this is what Rinpoche is. This is what Rinpoche is, this is what His Holiness is, this is what Kadra is, this is what our Gurus are, fully enlightened, and rejoicing in all their virtues, past, present, future, their qualities, and their enlightened activities. How wonderful, how precious. So by rejoicing in the virtues of enlightened beings, we gain 1/10. By rejoicing in their qualities, we create the cause, have the same qualities. And by rejoicing in their enlightened activities, we create the cause to do the same ourselves in the future, which is what we want. So I dedicate, may I become like this in the future, may I quickly become enlightened in order to benefit all sentient beings. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of all others to the great enlightenment. So here you have to go back to page 30 for the long mandala offering. There's a problem in the printing of that one. Let us offer a Buddha field, Om Vajra ground, Ahom, mighty golden ground, Om Vajra fence, Ahom. Outside it's encircled by a wall of iron mountains. The center is Meru, king of mountains. Eastern continent's Videha. The southern is Jambavippa. The western is Gadanya. The northern is Kuru. Deya and Videha. Chamara and Aparachamara. Sata and Uttaramanchen. Kuru and Karava. In the east the precious elephant. In the south the precious housekeeper. In the west the precious horse. The north the precious queen. The southeast the precious general. The southwest the precious wheel. The northwest the precious jewel. The northeast the great treasure vase. The east the sun and the west the moon. My own and others' bodies, speech, mind, wealth, and virtues is 3 times. This pure, precious mandala and a massive Samantabhadra offerings I mentally take and offer to my Guru Yidam and the 3 precious ones. Please accept them through compassion and bestow your inspiration. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru for all continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. Having thought of me and the other transmigratory beings of the degenerate age, from your seed of lotus and sun at the heart of Sangha Yeshi, May the jewel that fulfills all wishes, emanating again with the brilliance of 10,000 suns, smile swiftly and without obstacles to our eyes filled with tears of faith. Yedam Guru Ratna Mandalangam Niryandayoni. Then we'll have some chai. Chia. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Lama Sangha Lama Chane Shinama Kenene Koingye Jemolama Telama Namla Shama. Since very early days here at the course, and we always did this tea offering prayer, so it kind of became became the Inji tea offering prayer. And then Rinpoche told a story that one time one Lama came and he heard the Injis chanting this, and he was so shocked because actually Rinpoche, this is not common. Rinpoche took this from the Guya Samaj. It's actually incredibly profound. The Guru is Buddha, the Guru is Dharma, the Guru is Sangha also. The Guru is the creator of all goodness and happiness. It's actually, it's incredibly profound. But we sort of do it kind of like it's kind of, like, Lama, like it's just something that everyone says. And it's not at all. Tibetans don't use, it's not a common prayer. At all. Not at all. I mean, it's the ultimate Guru, right? It's talking about the absolute Guru. It's actually possible. At the end of each round, there's a prayer for the desired goal. It's actually possible to put the four and no prayers there.
The four scripture term. You mean here instead of those prayers?
No, there's a prayer for the benefactor usually.
Oh,
at the end, when you finish on the Tara prayers, this is a prayer for the benefactor. So at that point, you can put the four prayers. I think Kajula did that when she came here and she was doing the Tara practice. She inserted her prayer several times into the practice where you make the request to Tara. These pearl ornaments, they were just strung. They took quite a few days by Venerable Elsa and Venerable Zenla, and they got cuts all over their fingers. And they just got to the end, and they didn't quite have enough pearls. And then Geshe Jimpa walked in the room with more pearls. And then when they finished, they were asked to do more. And a canopy.
On the canopy. Yeah.
Oh, on the canopy, yeah. Wow. Good. Okay. So we're going to start up again. I think we can finish without any problem. We're on page 43. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. From her exalted body, a stream of nectar flows and enters the crown of all sentient beings and myself, completely filling our bodies and granting all blessings. So now we do 7 praises. So if you memorize the prayer, you can walk around as you chant. Om I'm prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage, Taurus in the ruling, guide landing in the dangers, from the name of the Lord of 3-1 Nimble Notice. Homage, she is with combines 100 autumn in the boat, blazing with light rays resplendent, and 1,000 collection. Homage, golden blue one notice, for the body and the dawning, giving ever come on there. Patient meditation of sphere, homage, crown another goddess, action riot without limit. Light on my congregation, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with the daughter, whom desire rich and base, strumming with the feet of 7. They will do draw forth all beings. Homage worshipped by the old Lord, Sharani Brahma Madhu, honored by those who bear. Cause raises Gandha with the ashes. Homage with a ray and base down, destroying both magic diagram, the beam pressing them to right, facing in a raging 5 days. Homage to river. Revel, destroyer of Mars champ, she with founding lotus visage, who would stay of all enemies. Homage at her fingers, Adorno with 3 jewel moon. Night red masses all excited, all the region was adorned. Homage, she's so joyous, radiant, ground of meeting God and dog, mother loving with the daughter, subjugating Mara Devas. Homage, she able to summon all the guardian and them, shaking, rounding with a home sign, having from every misfortune. Homage down the glowing grass, moon all ornaments were shining, Amitabha in the head, sending out my night eternal. Homage, she made wreath of days, I gay unending fire abide, Russian them and dress around you, roots of enemies destroying. Homage, she is right the ground with a bomb and with a beast, scowling with a letter home, the 7 never she does conk. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she is stood his big nirvana, she endowed with Lomanoha, destroyer of the great deep. Homage, she with drugs around it, daring was what is asunder, freeze with Oman knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 net. Homage with her with sweet letter, of the shape of Salabohom, by first numbing the stream, narrow mandara and vinya. Homage holding in her hand the hammer, moon and Devalay, with my Sugandari and Bay, totally despising boys, and homage she and God's in there, and the Kinnar is to honor, armored in no dreadful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and calm. Homage she is to I bright with radiance of sun and full moon, with Vaisari and the daughter, she dispels the vacant age. Homage for the liberating, Baba the set of 3 natures, destroys the spirit the ash, supreme tour, these phrases with the mantras and prostrations thus are 21. Om I'm prostrate to the noble and the liberator. Homage, Taurus in the rowing, and landing in the Nanya, Brahma name and love, the Lord of 3-1 Nimble Lord. Homage, she makes combines 100 autumn and the folding, blazing with light red resplendent, Nagalat. Homage, golden blue one lotus, water body and adorning, giving ever come on their ambition, meditation of. Homage, crown and goddess, action riot with a limit, a light of my children. children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with the daughter, home desire direction and space. Trembling with the feet of some was able to draw for the being. Homage worshipped by the old Lord. Sharani Brahma Madhu, honored by the host of spirits. Coast races Gandhava the ashes. Homage with a ray and bass sound. Destroying was magic diagram. The beam pressing them down right in. Blazing in a raging fire. Homage to a very dreadful destroyer of Mara's champion. She was found in lotus visage, who is sayer of all enemies. Homage had a heart of fingers, adorned with spiritual mudra. Light reminds his onyx side, adoration will adorn now. Homage, she's a joyous radiant, grounded mating gardens of light. Muffled loving with the daughter, subjugating Mara's day. Homage, she able to summon all her guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage crowned domed crescent, moon all ornaments were shining. Almond upper in the head, or sending out much light and dawn. Homage she made wreath of days, I gay unending fire abiding. Russian death and dress around, troops of enemies destroying. Homage she is stressed the ground with her palm with her beats, scouting with the letter home. The seven levels she does conquer. Homage having just keys, she is filled his peace nirvana. She and now is Omandoha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage she would dress around, tearing both bodies asunder. Breathe with Oman knowledge mantra, arrangement of the dead letters. Homage to her with seed let, of the shape of Sarambo home. By the name Jesus three worlds, Meru, Mandara and Vind. Homage holding in her hand the hem of Muna Deva laid for, with Swayakundara and Bay, do the leaders smiling boys. Homage she and gods and their kings, and the kinnaras to honor, armored in on dreadful splendor. She dispels by dreams and conflicts. Homage she used to white bright with radiance of sun and full moon, with Vadare and Indar. She dispels the vacant age, and homage for the liberating. Baba the set of three age, destroys of the spirits ashes, and raise corpses to Rinpoche. These praises with the Roman. Thus are 21. Oh my prostrate, the noble and the liberator. Homage, Taurus is no rowing, I die landing in the Nanya, run from up the demons of the Lord of 3-1 Lord. Homage, she is fixed combines 100 ornaments of wood, blazing with light rhythm splendor, Nagalash. Homage, golden blue and lotus, waterborne in adorning, giving heaven common narrative, vision meditation of. Homage, canon that the goddess, Lashan Ryan with a limit, relied on my Congress children, having reached every perfection. Homage, filling with the daughter, Honda's adoration and faith, drumming with the Venus of worlds, able to draw for the weak. Homage, worshipped by the old Lord, Sharani Brahma Madhu, honored by the host of spirits, close races Gandhava. Homage with a ray and bass sound, destroying both magic diagrams, the beam pressing them down right in, blazing in a raging fire. Homage to a very dreadful destroyer, Mara's champion. She was found in lotus visage, who is sayer of all enemies. Homage had a heart of fingers, adorned with spiritual mudra. Light reminds his all excited, adoration was adorned. Homage, she's a joyous radiant, grounded meeting gardens of light, muffled loving with the daughters, subjugating Marade. Homage, she able to summon all her guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home signs, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crowned domed crescent, moon all ornaments were shining, Amid upper in her hand, or sending out my shut and down. Homage, she made wreath of days, I gave unending for abiding, Russian heaven dress surrounds you, troops of enemies destroy. Homage, she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her beats, scouting with a letter home, the seven levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she is fearless, peace, nirvana. She endowed with Omandoha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she rejoices around it, daring both bodies asunder, frees with Oman knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to every seed letter of the shape of Salambo. Piper Sami shakes the three worlds, Meru, Mandara and Vindhya. Homage holding in her hand the hem of Moon and Deva Lake, with twice secondary and pay totally the spelling boys and homage she and gods and neck and the corner is to honor armored in on joyful splendor she dispels by dreams and calm homage she is to I bright with radiance the sun and full moon with twice and daughter she dispels the vacant age homage full of liberating power the set of three natures destroys social spirits yash and supreme these races with the root mantras and prostrations of Saw 21 Om I prostrate to the noble and the liberator homage Tara in the rowing and the landing in the Nanya Brahma of the demons of the Lord of three one demon the homage she of a combines 100 ornament of wood blazing with light rays and the homage go to blue one the water born in the dawning giving heaven come on their mission meditation homage crown and goddess action dry and without limit rely on my with children having reached every mavek homage filling with the daughter hon adoration and made rambling with the Venus seven worlds able to draw the be homage worshipped by the old Lord Sharani Brahma Madhu honored by the host of spirits causeways as Gandha with the ashes homage with Andre and base down destroying both magic die heavy blessing of the riding blazing in a raging fire blaze homage to her very dreadful destroyer of Mara's champion she with frowning lotus face who is sayer of all enemies homage at a heart of fingers I don't know with ritual mood Nairid masses are excited order Russian wills and donor homage she's a joyous radiant crown of meeting gardens all marvel loving with the daughter subjugating Mara Devas homage she able to summon all the guardians of them shaking frowning with a home sign saving from every misfortune homage crown of Dhammic crescent moon all ornaments were shining I'm in Dabur in a head no sending out my shining down homage she will read the blaze I gay on ending for abide air I shun them and around you drifts of venom in the dry homage she is right the ground with a bummer with the pieces counting with a letter home the devil never she has gone homage happy but just peaceful she is filled with nirvana she endowed with Om and Zoha destroyer of the great deep homage she was just surrounded daring both bodies of thunder breathes with Om and knowledge mantra arrangement of the dead lad homage to her we see ladder of the shape of Sarambo home by the dimensions of three walls mirror mandara and wind homage holding in a hand the hammer moon and Deva lake for which was Sogandare and Bay totally the smelling boys homage she and gods and their kings and the kinnaras to honor armored in on joyful splendor she dispels bad dreams and calms days homage she is to I bright with radiance of sun and foam with Vaisari and Dundara she dispels the vacant age and homage full of liberating Baba the set of three natures destroys of spirits yashas and race course its supreme tour these faces with the root mantras and prostrations of Saw 21 Om I'm prostrate to the noble and the liberator homage Tara in the rowing and the landing in the Nanya Brahma of the demons of the Lord of three one demon the homage she of makes her minds 100 ornament of gold blazing with light rays and the homage go to new one the water born in the dawning giving heaven come on there patient meditation of the homage on the God action right without them relied on my God with children having reached every homage fitting with the daughter home this adoration and faith drumming with the Venus seven worlds able to draw for the be homage worship by the old Lord Sharani Brahma Madhu honored by the hosts and spirits causeways as Gandha with yash homage with the ray and bass sound destroying both money diagram the breathing of the riding blazing in a raining fire blaze homage to her very dreadful destroyer of Mara's champion she with frowning lotus visage who is sayer of all enemies homage at a heart of fingers I don't know with ritual mood Nairid masses are decided order engine will the donor homage she's a joyous radiant ground of meeting gardens are marvel laughing with Tutare subjugating Maradeva Bodhisattvas, homage to you, Bodhisattva, and all its guardians assemble, shaking, frowning with a home sign, savoring from every misfortune, homage down and glowing grass, moon all ornament was shining, Amitabha in the head, sending out my night and dawn, homage to Mary the blaze, I gave your ending Varabai, Russian and dress around you, troops of enemy destroying, homage to your rights and ground, her man with the beats, scouting with a letter home, the seven levels she does come, homage happy, virtuous, peaceful, she is filled with nirvana, she endowed with Lama Zopa, destroyer of the great deep, homage she was just surrounded, daring was what is asunder, reads with Lama knowledge mantra, arrangement other than that, homage to her with seed ladder, of the shape of Salambo home, by first naming Jesus three walls, Mera Mandara and Vin, homage holding in a hand, the hammer moon and Deva lay form, with I Sukandari Ambe, Doda leaders smiling boys, homage she and gods and their kings, and the kinnaras to one, homage in her joyful splendor, she dispels by dreams and conflicts, homage she is to her bride, radiance of sun and full moon, with Taisari and Nandada, she dispels the contagion, homage full of liberate, cover the set of three natures, destroys the spirit, the ashes, and raise corpses supreme tour, these faces with the root mantras, and prostrations of Psalm 21. Om I'm prostrate, the Naman and the liberator. Om in Daran and the rowing, and the landing and the Nanya, Brahma name and the Lord of Dream on the Lord, homage singers and binds, 100 ornament and wood, praising with I raise with Vanda, another Nangalation, homage golden blue and lotus, water born in the door, giving heaven come on there, patient meditation, homage gone under God, Darshan Ryan without limit, a light of my Congress children, happy me every my flesh, homage fitting with the daughter, Honda's adoration and way, rumming with the Vina Davan was able to draw for me, homage worshipped by the old Lord, Sharani Brahma Madhu, honored by those and merits, cause races and Navadyash, homage with Andre and Baytown, destroying was magic diagram, the feet blessing them not riding, blazing in a raging vibe, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she was found in Lotus visage, who is there of all that homage had a heart of fingers, I don't know what's Vijay Mudra, life with masses on anxiety, daughter region was adorned, homage she's a joyous radiant, ground emitting gardens of life, mother loving when the daughter, subjugating Maradev, homage she able to summon, all the guardians assembly, shaking rounding with her home sign, saving from every man's voice, homage crowned adoring grass, moon all ornament was shining, I'm in double in her head, sending out my shine and dawn, homage she made wreath of days, I gave on ending for abiding, Russian and menders around you, troops of enemies and droid, homage she strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it, scouting with the letter home, seven never she does conga, homage and even is peaceful, she is filled with Minnava, she endowed with Lama Zopa, destroyer of the great evil, homage she witnessed around it, daring was what is a sun, freeze with Lama knowledge mantra, arrangement other than letters, homage to every seed letter, of the shame of Salambo, five for summit shapes of three worlds, Mera Mandara and Vindhya, homage holding in a hand, the Hema moon and Deva lake, with Sukandari and Bay, Doda leaders smiling boys, homage she and gods and their kings, and the kinnaras to honor, Ramadan on dreadful splendor, she dispels by dreams and calm, homage she you know and bright with radiance of sun and full moon, when Vaisari and Nandara, she dispels the vacant age, homage full of liberating, Baba the set of three natures, destroys the spirit yash, and raise corpses supreme tour, these faces with the root mantras, and prostrations of Psalm 21. Final round. Om I'm prostrate, the Lama and the liberator. Homage, Dara and the rowing, and the landing and the Nanya, Brahma Mandi name and all the Lord and everyone in one know the homage you make combined, 100 ornament of Buddha, blazing with the ribbon and the Dada Nagalesha, homage go to me one know the water born in the dawn, giving heaven come on there, the mission meditation not there, homage none under the God, Darshan Ryan without limit, relied on my Congress, happy me Homage to every profession, homage filling with the daughter, home desire and none, drumming with the Venus album, able to draw forth all beings, homage worshipped by the Olo, Chakrani Brahmamaro, honored by the host of spirits, cause races Gandhavadya, homage with the ray and bass sound, destroying with magic diagrams, the blessing and uprighting, blazing in a raging fire blaze, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she with founding lotus visage, who is sayer of all enemies, homage at a heart of fingers, good honor with ritual mood, lyre masses all excited, all the Russian was a donor, homage she's a joyous radiant, ground emitting garlands of, novel laughing with the daughter, subjugating Mara Devas, homage she able to sum, no Lord carrying the assembly, shaking frowning with a home sign, saving from every misfortune, homage crowned with crescent, moon all ornaments were shining, Amitabha in her hand, or sending out much light and dawn, homage she made wreath of days, I gay on ending for abiding, Russian the windows around, troops of enemies destroying, homage she is right the ground with a bomb with the beasts, scouting with a letter home, the seven never she does come, homage and be virtuous peaceful, she is filled with peace nirvana, she endowed with Omanzo, destroyer of the great evil, homage she wages around it, daring both what is the sun, freeze with Om and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the letters, homage to her with seed letter, of the shape of syllable, 5% Jesus 3 was Meru Mandara and Vinya, homage holding in her hand the different with noise Sugandari and made all the latest smiling boys, and homage she engulfs the neck, and the Kinaras to honor, armored in her joyful splendor, she dispels by dreams and calm, homage she is filled with pride, with radiance the sun and Bhuma, with Vazari and the daughter, she dispels the vacant age, homage full of liberating, Baba the set of three natures, destroy souls of spirit Yash, and raise closest supreme Ture, these phrases with the root mantras, and prostrations of Psalm 21. Whoever is endowed with devotion for the goddess and recites this with supreme faith, remembering it at dawn upon waking in the evenings, will be granted all fearlessness, will perfectly pacify all negativities, and will eliminate all unfortunate migrations. The multitudes of conquerors will quickly grant initiation. Thus, endowed with this greatness, one will eventually reach the state of Buddha, if affected by the most terrible poison, whether ingested, drunk, or from a living being. Just by remembering will one be thoroughly cleansed. If this prayer is recited 2, 3, or 7 times, it will pacify all the sufferings and torments caused by spirits, fevers, and poisons, and by other beings as well. If you wish for a child, you will get a child. If you wish for wealth, you will receive wealth. All your wishes will be fulfilled, and all obstacles pacified. Toma. Om Bhaja Amrita Gunare Hana Hana Om Be Om Sambhava Shuddha Savadama Sambhava Shuddha Om. Everything becomes emptiness only. While it's empty, from Yam appears wind, from Ram fire, from Ah a transcendental wisdom skull cup, vast and big. In it, from the melting of the 5 meats and 5 nectars, comes a huge ocean of transcendental wisdom nectar. Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. The gurus and hosts of deities, the Venerable Arya Tara, partake of the Toma by drawing it up through the light straw of their Vajra tongues. Om Arya Tara Samari Variya Dambalindangangangai. Om Arya Tara Samari Variya Dambalindangangai. Om Arya Tara Samari Variya Dambalindangangai. Om Arya Tara Samari Variya Argambaryam Bume Dume Alunge Gene Nyur. Devas and Titans bow down. Great liberating Mother who liberates from all misfortunes. Can you give me a swift return prayer book, please? I haven't got one. And then we'll do the general request and then the specific request. So this is a general request, page 53. Venerable Arya and your retinue, please bless me with the affection of your non-referential compassion. so I may be able to fulfill all my wishes without obstacles. Let the teachings and practice of victorious ones in general, and the doctrine of Losang in particular, spread to 10 directions. Let the Sangha uphold the doctrine, be harmonious, and may their enlightened activities increase. Please pacify conflicts, famine, and sickness in this country. Increase the Dharma and good fortune. Expand the power of Dharma rulers, and grant happiness to central and border areas. Please protect us from temporary and ultimate fears, such as the 8 and 16 great fears, spirits, plagues, nightmares, and bad omens, as well as the sufferings of samsara, the unfortunate states, and so forth. May life, prosperity, and merits increase. May all negative thoughts be pacified. Please grant your blessings and realizations of 3 principles of the path, and 2 stages may quickly be completed. From now until the essence of enlightenment, I have no other refuge than you. Bless me and care for me as a mother does for her only child. And then we do the specific request, which is the swift return prayers, and the separate booklet. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children, victorious ones, Shravakas and Bhateka Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge in infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing the prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings, through explanation and practice you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss! Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean and 3 jewels, and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. Patient in bearing the hardships of spreading the teachings of Muni in general, and the teachings of victorious Jamgon Tsongkhapa in hundreds of directions, Lord of Dharma, holding the 3 boughs and wearing saffron robes, please quickly return as the glory of the peerless teachings. You held the teachings of explanation and practice with great asceticism, unable to bear that transmigratory beings are confused by the darkness of suffering. Through your great loving kindness you skillfully led them to happiness. Unparalleled Son of the teachings, please return quickly. Beautified by the ornament of supreme patience and increasing the practice of the supreme authentic teachings, victorious one, through listening, reflection, and meditation, guide of all transmigratory beings along the perfect path, true and perfect pure Guru, please return quickly. Guru, think of me. Guru, consider me. Most gracious root Guru, care for me. Most gracious root Guru, do not deprive us of your compassionate refuge. Listen and consider this heartfelt prayer made by a tormented disciple. Guru, embodiment of the Buddhas the 3 times, please bless me. You may rest in all-pervading great bliss, equipoised within the dhatu of unimpeded luminosity. Yet the playful dance of your loving compassion emanates in myriad ways. The time has come for the return of the swift appearance of your magical wisdom, the Rupakaya, and for you to care for us once again with your affectionate compassion. Arise, arise, arise in the Dhammakaya. I invoke you, I call upon you, I implore you on behalf of all beings. Do not rest in Kachara or other pure realms. Rather, to benefit the Buddha's teachings and all living beings, swiftly return to the southern continent to spread the Buddha Dharma of study and realization. Quickly return to guide us poor wretched beings. Such is the desperate cry of us, your disciples. Return so we actually behold your presence and receive the blessings of your body, speech, and mind. All violations, errors, mistakes, and broken samaya that we have made, in relation to your body, speech, mind, and spontaneous activity, through our being confused and conceiving things in erroneous ways, we confess within the luminous emptiness of your 3 kayas. Of everything auspicious is supreme auspiciousness. May there be the auspiciousness of emptiness and compassion. May there be the auspiciousness of a timely meeting between master and disciples. Through the force of the truth of unchanging suchness, may the unmistaken incarnation return quickly. This amend was made by me and Dakini with pure faith and samaya. Her eyes filled with tears of sorrow. May these wishes of a beggar woman be fulfilled. Through the blessings of deities of 3 roots, perception is object and the perceiver all dissolve within the expanse, the blissful clarity of suchness. And then purifying, page 54. Om Namah Namaya Manobalaya Namadadadinamadi Nadidamamawa Samachama Bhava Samachama with all my actions performed here, with whatever I could not find and was not able to do. Please be patient. Please also be patient with the rituals I performed incorrectly or with omissions. For the benefit of migratory beings, please abide in this image, granting wealth, highest goodness, and long life free from sickness. Om Supatishta Vajraye Soha. Through the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of Arya Tara, and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. Like a wish-fulfilling tree in a fortune jewel vase, you are the wish-fulfilling treasure, granting all desires and fulfilling all hopes. O conquerors, Mother Tara, and all conquerors with your children, take care of me and grant the auspicious signs of the increasing Where's the long life prayer in this? I will just do His Holiness's long life prayer, page 169. 169 in the Köppen prayer book. Incomparably kind and supreme Tenzin Gyatso, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, may you have a long life and all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And then we'll do the increasing mantras, page 166. Chomdende deshin jemadra chumaya namasome sange namananzi yungin gambala chatsalo chanjo samasama chambokana zambala chatsalo tayada om menzedriwa awa bodhine soha om duru duru daya munge so tayada om menzedriwa awa bodhine soha om duru duru daya munge so Tayana Om Menzedriwa Awa Bodhine Soha Om Duru Duru Daya Munge So Tayana Om Menzedriwa Awa Bodhine Soha Om Duru Duru Daya Munge So Tayana Om Menzedriwa Awa Bodhine Soha Om Duru Duru Daya Munge So Tayana Om Menzedriwa Awa Bodhine Soha Om Duru Duru Daya Munge So Tayana Om Menzedriwa Awa Bodhine So Om Duru Duru Daya Munge Soha Chonende Deshin Jambadra Chumayana Basome Sange Mengela Benduri Ungingambola Chatsalo Chonende Deshin Jambadra Chumayana Basome Sange Noa Damalanda Chera Dendra Megambola Chatsalo. Choose the blessings, the eminent victorious ones and their sons, truth and infallible dependent rising, and the power of my pure special attitude of taking responsibility. May all the aims of my pure prayers be accomplished. So then we dedicate. So here we are, collected together. There's no more powerful place for us disciples now than the presence of our Holy Guru. And we, the disciples, the paws of the Guru, coming together, praying for the Guru. So the prayers of the Lama for the disciple are powerful. The prayers of the disciple for the Lama are most powerful. And so with this, coming from many countries, traveling thousands of miles to come here with great expense, coming together and praying like this, we create so much virtue. We put together all of this virtue, with the virtue being accumulated by all the students all around the world, all the monastics. Everyone is doing prayers. We put this together with all the virtues accumulated by all the numberless Buddhas, by all the numberless sentient beings. It's beginning this time. And we dedicate all this with fervent longing that our most kind, most precious Lama quickly return, exactly as he wishes, exactly as His Holiness wishes, without the slightest obstacle, that all the obstacles that Rinpoche took upon himself are completely and immediately destroyed, that no longer exist at all, that all of us here and all the students, benefactors, everyone is able to continue the practice, continue the work at the centers, fulfill Rinpoche's wishes, fulfill all the projects, complete all the projects, and may all our actions of body, speech and mind be only most pleasing to the holy mind of the virtuous friend. May all of us here, all the students, benefactors, and all living beings, especially the world leaders, especially the spiritual leaders, immediately be able to generate the precious supreme thought of bodhicitta in our hearts, cherishing others more than ourselves, seeking to achieve enlightenment for them. Where it has been generated, may it never degenerate but increase more and more. And finally, due to all of these merits, which are completely empty, resisting from their own side. May the I, which is completely empty, resisting from its own side, quickly achieve the state of full enlightenment, which is completely empty, resisting from its own side. It needs, in order to lead all our kind mother sentient beings who have been suffering from beginning this time, who have cherished and cared for us since beginning this time, and who are completely empty, resisting from their own side, to that state by ourselves alone, who is completely empty of resisting from its own side. So thank you, everyone. We had to speed up, but that's not our fault. That's because they took away our time.
Have never been here before. You can, and they said you want us to go around, but otherwise they're waiting for us. So they've been extremely kind and patient.
Well, they did create the situation.
Amongst the chants.
No, I mean it's good, but they took the time from the injuries.
The practice is going on all day with
24
people coming.
hours.